What was the first one that you added to the collection beyond the Triumph?
It was an E-Type.
Okay.
And the story was, I wanted to do something in engineering and something in restoration. So I ended up buying an E-Type to restore, but there was quite a long journey to get to the E-Type, because what I actually attempted to do was to buy, what I really wanted to do was to buy a Supermarine Spitfire, you know, the airplane, World War II British fighter plane. And a friend of mine, who's now my kind of workshop manager, a guy called Glenn, he had a passion for Spitfires as well. So I was like, okay, well, let's find one. Let's find a Spitfire to restore, and we'll just figure it out, and we'll start doing flying lessons, and we'll fly this thing. Turned out that was a bit too ambitious, because you don't just find unrestored Spitfires sitting in barns, and and even if you did, you have to have extremely specialized knowledge and engineering skills and certifications to be able to get one of these things airworthy at a huge expense. And then if you want to fly them,
find an E-Type.
well, exactly. If you want to fly one of these planes, which are extraordinarily dangerous airplanes to fly, especially if you've just passed your flying test. So anyway, the whole thing didn't stack up, and I thought, okay, well, let's just kind of lower our ideas a little bit, and I ended up purchasing a Jaguar E-Type in need of restoration, and we were off with the whole journey.
Never thought of the Spitfire again, or are you still thinking?
Well, actually, I mean, if I really want to bore you with the story, before we got to the E-Type, I actually did buy a Tiger Moth. And tried to restore that, but again realized I didn't have the certain qualifications required to get an old airplane airworthy. So I actually did send that plane to someone else to restore, and they restored it, and it's flying, and I sold it, and it's flying, and it does kind of, you can go and take a ride in a Tiger Moth, in my Tiger Moth, which I had restored.